Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well today. And in this video, I wanted to talk about Node projects and hopefully give you a little bit of hope about these projects. I'm going to talk about why I think the price is low, what I personally think is going to happen with these projects, and also some things that you can do to help yourself through this sort of difficult time at the moment. Please also remember, none of this is financial advice. It's all just my opinion. So always do what you think is best for you. DaaS, or DeFi as a service, is something which is completely new. It's literally never been done before. Like, we are literally making history right now by the devs creating these projects and us being a part of all these projects. So things probably aren't going to go as expected with something which is completely new. So what can we do about it? Well, the first thing I think is really important is for everybody to take care of their mental health. It can be really stressful seeing projects which maybe you've put a lot of money in go down and down day after day after day, and to see the return of investment go out further and further. Perhaps one of the things that you can do to help you with this is to realize that these projects are long-term plays. They're not get rich quick. People are trying to build a product, and the devs want the projects to succeed just as much as we do. So they're working hard to get it done. Let's allow the project to reach its full potential. And I know one of the common things to think is, well, I bought in at 200 and now it's only worth 30 bucks. And this is crap and annoying. And it's really frustrating. And you're right, it is. But I'm just wondering, how is it serving you or helping you to keep telling yourself that, or to keep reminding yourself that time and time again? It's probably not serving you at all. It's probably just making you more frustrated or upset or confused or angry. So maybe consider directing that energy somewhere else, perhaps into other forms of passive income like yield farming or providing liquidity, or maybe do a little bit of research on long-term trading. How this is going to help, it's going to give you a sense of control. And we all need that. And right now with the Node projects, there is a sense that we don't have any control over this. And essentially we don't. But there are certain things that we do have control over, such as where we focus our time and energy. So it's your choice. Are you going to focus your energy on getting angry and upset? Or are you going to make the choice of perhaps feeling that way a little bit, but doing something a little bit more productive and a little bit more resourceful to you, like educating yourself about different forms of passive income? And if you were unlucky enough to be part of a project that is a scam or that did rug, then that really does suck. And there's not really a lot you can do there, except sort of remind yourself that you didn't know this was going to happen. You went into it with your best intentions. Obviously, if you knew this was going to happen, you wouldn't have done it. And you're not the only one affected as well. There are a lot of other people affected. And hopefully the team that was part of this rug never work in crypto ever again. Another way to reassure yourself, to make yourself feel a bit better, and also to take back a bit more of a sense of control, is to keep yourself up to date with the projects that you like and that you're invested in. And I know you might not have the time to check everything every single day, and you don't have to do that. Maybe just set aside an hour a week where you just go through the latest announcements just to see what the devs are doing. Are they actually doing stuff? Are they keeping you informed? Keeping yourself up to date, even at the bare minimum, is really useful because it's going to allow yourself to make informed decisions. Because if you're basing the entire value and the potential of the project just on the price chart, then you're not giving yourself the full picture. So what you need to do is to use the price chart, but also in combination with everything that the devs are doing within the project to try and improve the price. An important thing you can also do to make yourself feel better, and that's going to help with your mental health, is to really do your best to avoid getting into arguments about your favorite project. Maybe they're saying something bad about it, and the natural sort of response you have is you want to defend the project. You can have a cordial conversation if you want to, but often the people who come in with all this fear and uncertainty and doubt, they've already made their mind up about the project. And they're not really interested in having a conversation with you and talking with you. They're more interested in just talking at you. So you know what? Just save yourself the hassle and the time. Use your time in a much more productive way, doing something which is going to benefit you. Take the time to do the things that you enjoy. And I think this is just a general good thing when times are stressful anyway. For example, for me, I like swimming in the ocean. So this morning I made time to go to the beach and just go for a swim for a little bit. And I do feel a lot better for that. For you, it could be anything. It could be exercising, walking the dog, doing metal detectoring, contributing to a sports club, or treating yourself at a restaurant. Whatever it is that you like, go and do it. All of these things combined are going to put you in a much better state. So generally, you're going to be feeling a lot better about everything that's going in your life, not just about crypto. So that's sort of all the mental stuff to help you feel a little bit better. But what about an actual node strategy? Well, that really depends on you, and I don't think there's any correct answer for that. For me, I'm going to do a combination of recompounding some of the projects that I believe in a little bit more, and taking rewards on some of the others which I'm not so heavily invested in. And two of my favorites are Strongblock and Thor. I do genuinely believe in these projects. I do think they're going to keep going. I think they're going to come out the other side on top. And the reason I think that is because Strong is obviously doing Strong Chain, which is a blockchain. And if you're unsure about why a blockchain is going to help the Stronger token, then maybe that's something you can go and research. And with Thor, they are obviously doing the Gods of Asgard game. You might wonder, well, how's a play to earn game going to help? And what's a crypto dev team doing creating a game? Well, you might not realize this, but the Gods of Asgard game is actually nothing to do with the Thor devs. It's actually a completely different company almost. It's a completely different dev team, and they were actually working on the game at round about the same time that Thor was getting initialized. Thor just basically came along and tagged on to Gods of Asgard, and you know, the gaming industry is one of the biggest industries in the world. It's even bigger than the film industry. And what about the projects that you love? What are they doing? What innovations or what things are they doing to expand the ecosystem? Over time, these projects will bounce back, and this is a great time to introduce you to something called the Gartner Hype Cycle. This chart is used in lots of different industries, including technology, and it's used to help you realize if the hype around something has merit behind it or not. It helps you look at things objectively, and it helps you avoid things like adopting things too early or giving up too soon, adopting things too late, or hanging on for too long. There's 5 stages, and the first stage is the innovation trigger. This basically gets people talking about it. Stage 2 is the peak of inflated expectations. So the hype brings even more hype and even more people, and it brings media coverage. But there is still limited proof that the product will deliver on what it's going to say it's going to deliver. The third stage is the trough of disillusionment, where the hype wears off and the investors get a low return on their investments. Stage 4 is the slope of enlightenment. Basically, early investors start to see the benefits and other companies and technologies start adopting it. And stage 5 is the plateau of productivity, and it's where the innovation goes mainstream and more users are seeing real world benefits. It usually takes 3 to 5 years for projects to go through this cycle, but I believe you can look at it on the micro scale as well, and you can sort of see that that's what's happening with a lot of the node projects at the moment. I can't predict the future, but I think what we can do is best equip ourselves to navigate all this uncharted territory with some of the tools that I've mentioned in this vid. And it's worth reminding yourself as well that probably the project that you are invested in is going to survive if the team is 100% behind it. I believe that nodes are definitely here to stay, and we need to do our best to look at the long-term plays with all of this rather than what's happening in the day-to-day action. And what about you? What do you think about all this stuff? I'd really love to know if you think that nodes are going to be around for a while, or if they're not. What are your favorite node projects? What's some of the stuff that they're doing? Would love to know. Please leave a comment, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.